Good afternoon, Moore County. This is pilot reporter Jamie Baxley coming to you from our newsroom on Wednesday, July 14th. Earlier today, Sheriff Ronnie Fields shared new information about the murder of a prominent elderly couple in Aberdeen. D.P. Black and his wife, Mary Lou Black, were found shot to death Friday evening at their home on Roseland Road. Two suspects have now been arrested in connection with the killings. Tony Chad Patterson, a 42-year-old from Aberdeen, and Tim Cooper, a 45-year-old from Carthage, are both charged with 2 counts of murder. Patterson was once employed by D.P. Black, according to the sheriff's office. Here's what Sheriff Fields had to say about the investigation during a news conference this morning.
It has been a extremely difficult week this week for the D.P. and Mary Lou Black's family, as well as the very trying time for the citizens here in Moore County. D.P. and Mary Lou were pillars of our community. They were both widely known and loved. Their death has been a tremendous loss for us all. But I am happy to report this morning that we are very confident that we have the killers behind bars. Last night, our members of the Moore County Sheriff's Office arrested Tony Chad Patterson, 42, of Aberdeen, Tim Cooper, 45, here of Carthage. Both were charged with murder, 2 counts of murder, and been held in the detention center under no bond. Their first court appearance will be later today. I would like to make sure that the public understands that this was not a random act of violence. Our investigation has revealed that the victims knew the suspects arrested in this case. We anticipate further charges for each of the defendants to include robbery, which it appears to be the motive. I would like to say thank you to many people who came forward with information regarding this cowardly act that occurred on July the 9th here. Our phones have been ringing non-stop with citizens here in this county just trying to help out any way they possibly can. As many of you know, my motto has always been, if you see something, say something. Our people have responded here in this county, and I'm very grateful. I also want to thank the members of our community, our media. Thank you so much for helping us get the word out about the terrible tragedy that occurred on July the 9th, because without the help of the citizens, it would have been a very difficult case to solve. Finally, I want to offer my most sincere and appreciation to the members of my staff here at the Moore County Sheriff's Office. The group of professionals have worked tirelessly since Friday. They have taken phone calls, followed up on every tip, every lead, and we were finally able to make the arrest last night. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today, and I am blessed to be the Sheriff of Moore County. And I'm blessed so because of the staff that I have standing behind me. This staff has worked tirelessly since Friday. They never waver. If I ask them to do something, they're Johnny on the spot. And I am blessed to be the sheriff here of Moore County. I'm open for a few remarks or questions if anybody has any.
You said that the suspects are connected. I know you're early in the investigation, but give us a sense of how the suspect knew the victim.
One of the individuals used to work for Mr. Black. As you know, Mr. Black employed a lot of employees, and that's been a very difficult time for our staff to follow up on each employee. We've interviewed a tremendous amount of employees, and will continue. To remind you, this investigation is not over. We still have a long way to go, so we're continuing the investigation. So,
how much of a conspiracy here in terms of planning did they do to make this happen?
It's still an investigation.
And was there a reason that, other than being his employer, that they went after Mr. Black at this point? Was there any type of anger toward him at this point?
The only thing we can say at this point, the investigation has revealed that the motive appears to be robbery.
Sheriff, can you say what was taken from the house?
Appears to be some jewelry, among other things. We're still investigating. Again, that's early. We're still investigating that, some of the things. Rich?
Sheriff, if the DA should pursue the death penalty, do you feel the evidence is strong enough to make that charge?
Absolutely. I feel like this is a capital case, and I understand. I'm hoping and praying that he goes for the death penalty. But again, all of this has got to work out in our court systems, and I'm going to leave that up to the district attorney to pursue that.
You have two people charged. Is one considered the ringleader and the other the follower? How are you breaking this is?
Well, one appears to be the one of the former employees,
Which one is the former employee?
Mr. Patterson.
It looks like one of them has previous charges against the elderly. Does that have anything to do with this? Did you look at their backgrounds in terms of previous
We have looked
offenses?
at all of them's backgrounds, all witnesses, all employees. We have looked at all of them's background, and no, it doesn't appear that. But again, we're still under investigation.
Was there any restraining order against either of these individuals
No, sir.
against his family?
No, sir. As I said, the Black family were very well thought of in the community. Mr. D.P. and them were always willing to lend a hand to whomever that was in need of a dollar or a job or something to help them get by. That's the type folks that the Blacks were. They were very community oriented and wanted to help their community.
The family just buried a sister of one of the victims yesterday. It had nothing to do with this at all?
It had nothing to do with that. Miss Mary Lou, she lost her sister, and that's correct. They buried her yesterday.
And Patterson, was he still employed by Mr. Black or
No, sir.
former?
Former employee.
Okay, was he fired?
We're still investigating.
What specific capacity did he have? What did he do for Mr. Black? What was his job?
I think he done mechanic work, a little bit of everything, laborer, basically. He was a laborer, and that's what Mr. Black had, and driving dump trucks, heavy equipment operators, things like that.
And the other suspect in the case, what's his connection to either Mr. Patterson or with the family?
We're still investigating that, Gilbert, to see what type of relationship he may or may not have had with the Black family.
But he was not employed, the former employee?
We're still looking into that.
Sheriff, how critical was the reward in this and announcing this $2,000 reward to get those tips coming in? Was it one tip or was it multiple tips that kind of
We
led
had
to
multiple
this?
tips that came in. As I said before, thanks to the media and you guys, the phones never stopped ringing. And by what you posted and you guys posted out there in the media, and what our staff was able to get out to the public, the calls started coming in. And by the calls started coming in, and catted calls that we had responded to the area for suspicious vehicles and different things of that nature, helped us tremendously.
Sheriff, getting this wrapped up in just 4 days is remarkable. Congratulations. Was it a combined effort of law enforcement?
Yes, we had some assistance from outside. Aberdeen come and assist us to do some search of the roadways and different things in that nature, which is a part of the preliminary investigation. And so Aberdeen PD did help. Other agencies helped forming information to us and providing information to us. Anything that was heard on the street, again, they were providing that information for leads for our investigators to follow up with. The SBI, we had been in contact with them. They had offered their assistance, and one of their agents did come in and do some things here at the office helping us. So, but my staff here at the Sheriff's Office, the criminal investigative team, the narcotic team, the forensic team, the road deputies, all of us come together as one, and that one team formed together was able to formulate, investigate, and make the arrest on these two individuals.
I asked you this morning about whether there'd be any family members here. You've been in touch with the family. There's none is here. But give us a sense of how they're doing and who specifically is closest to.
Well, their only son passed away back in '03, so they have two grandchildren left, and one lives local and the other lives outside of the state. But they're both here. Our lead investigator, Ms. Casey Crumpler in the back, has been in contact with both of the grandchildren, and they thank us very much for what's done, but they elected not to come today.
Sheriff, wondering if the suspects were taken into custody without incident, and if you'd be able to let us know the cause of death of the Blacks.
They were both shot. Okay?
Sheriff, last question, I know you're going to wrap it up here. Just your last thoughts here about the arrest and what this has done to this community.
Well, I think it gives closure, Gilbert, to the community and the Roseland community there. The folks were they were frantic, they were terrified, and I wanted to assure them today that this was this was cowardly act intended on their targets, and so the community is they're doing great based on the information and talking to the community out there. So it's going to take time to heal, but I think this is a one-way of closure for our community and to the family, and hopefully get it through the court systems and justice will be done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
The pilot will continue to follow the story as it develops. Visit thepilot.com for the latest coverage.